Hi everyone. This is going to be inspired and it's worth looking into if you want to look at an old system with a fresh new energy that can endure, that you can really use. And it's called the Enneagram. Now, that's been around for a while, but today's the day Pluto goes stationary in Capricorn, and it's a perfect time to put new energy into it and make it more enduring and meaningful to you and to the people in your life. This is not going to be the same old Enneagram stuff. This is something I've worked on for 15, 20 years, but it really came together this morning just as Pluto was going stationary, and I want to share this with you. Now, I will mention master design because that's the work that I do with people relevant to this, and, you know, just in passing, because I'd love you to be a part of it. This on its own is going to be really worth your time if you want to understand what drives you, your personality. Not who you are, but what drives you, and specifically your personality. Now, for those of you who know about my work in human design or about human design, that's a very profound distinction in itself. But I won't go into that now because it's complex enough, and I want to make this as simple and clear for you as I can. So for those of you who don't know what the Enneagram is, let me show you a diagram first of all. And let's see, is that one, just give me a moment. Okay. And good. That, I looked on the internet. I've got some diagrams myself, but I looked on the internet and they were so complicated and complex. And this is the simplest one I could find. And that's what I wanted to show you. It's a circle with 9 points on it. 3 of them at the vertexes or the vertices of a triangle, 3, 6, and 9. And the other 6 are joined together, 1, 7, 5, 8, 2, and 4. And if you actually flip that around, it would probably show up as a 6-pointed star of some sort. So what you've got is 3 components that form the foundation, and 6 so that it gives you a focus of what the Enneagram is about. And then 6 others that show you what are the components that make it work. And this is a grid, a map, or a matrix that describes what drives your personality. So I just want you to have a look at that. Now, whether you comprehend that, whether it makes sense to you, whether you know all about it, is not going to be as relevant as how I describe the energy flows there and how it operates. And that's what I'm going to focus on. So your personality is driven. There are 9 fundamental drives in each person. And those drives go from being loved, being someone who's driven to achieve. So there's people who are driven to be loved. There are people who are driven to achieve. That's their primary drive. I mean, everyone wants to be loved, but everyone wants to achieve something, but there's, for each one of you, for each person, there is one drive that's primary. And that is a good thing. That's an asset. Yes, it can become a liability. But once you identify, often through the liability, what it is, you can then turn it very profoundly into a real asset, and a drive that you have access to, drive that drives you like the engine in your car. It gives you the energy and momentum to live the life you truly chose to live. Or you could say you were born to live. Now, to be loved, to achieve, to be someone special and creative, that's another drive. To be someone who thinks things through very deeply and investigates. They're driven to really investigate through thinking how things operate and how things work. There's people who are driven by safety and security. There are people that seek the adventure of life. They want to get into everything. You'd call them the jack of all trades. They're into everything. There's nothing specific. They just want to have it all, and experience the adventure of life. There are people who are driven to be the leader. They're driven to be the champion. It's not just they are a leader or they do this or whatever. They're driven to be the leader and the champion. There are people who are driven to make peace and to bring peace. And then there are people who are reformers. They are there to make the world right, to make it a better place. That's their drive. It's not like they'd like to see it be made a better place. Would you please clean up the house? It's like they want to reform the world so it's better. So the reformers are what they call in the Enneagram number 1. The ones who are driven to be loved are number 2 on that diagram. The ones who want to achieve are number 3. The ones who want to be special and be uniquely creative, that's what drives them, to be really creative and uniquely special. That's 4. The ones who want to investigate and think things through, that's 5. Those who are seeking safety and security as their prime, it's not what they're seeking, it's what drives them. Safety and security is driving them in everything that they do. That's 6. Those who want to have it all, the adventure of life, get into everything, have a great time, approach life as a grand adventure. That's 7. Those who want to be the leaders and the champions, that's 8. And the peacemakers, that's 9. So that's the general format. And a lot of you will know that because you've heard of the Enneagram, maybe gone into it in some depth. But I want to go into how that's driven in a way that's really relevant. Because this is the day, as I've said in other videos, where we're taking old systems or systems that are known and transforming them into something that's new and enduring. And I want you to grasp what you can get out of this, what's in it for you, what you can do with it. Now, if you know your Enneagram drive, okay, this can really add a new dimension to it. If you don't, you can see what's possible, because one of those will drive you. And one of them is driving everybody you know. And when it's not that I want you to become Enneagram aficionados or into it. I'm not an Enneagram devotee, but I use it when I want to know what drives me. And there's been points in my life, today is one of them, where it gave me profound insight and understanding about what I'm driven to do. And from there, it was able to give me a really deep understanding of where to go from here and why I came here. And, what I'm into at a deeper level, as well as at a superficial and practical level, and more than anything, what to do so that my drive is harnessed and is available not only to me, but to the people in the world around me. And that's so damn practical. Not just once you understand it in your mind, but once you understand it in your own experience and then put it into practice and feel the momentum. And that's one thing that I've really experienced today, of all days, which is why I'm doing this. The real benefits of understanding the drive. Okay, so let's have a good look at this. So, the Enneagram does not define who you are, it defines what drives you. It's really important to get into your head. It's not a personality type. It's what turns you on, It's what you can't, either you get on board with it or it's going to mess your life up type of thing. When you get on board with it, it becomes a flow of energy and force. That's what's important about it. And that can reveal so much about the secrets of you, what gets you in motion, your visions, and what it is you bring to the table that's, been a bit of a mystery to you and other people, but when you get in touch with it, people say, that's what you're about. That's what you're here to do. And the first thing you need to understand is there are 7 things it gives you real insight to. And these are the areas you can look at to discover what it is, because there is no real analysis. People have done questionnaires and I've done those questionnaires a decade or 2 ago, and it didn't help. It was when I really got in touch with what drives me, what turns me on, what really does, from the negative side as well as the positive side, that it came together. And so the Enneagram gives great insight, and you can learn a lot about it from the strategy you developed as a child in order to survive. You'll see the traces, you'll see the marks of it, the footprints of it in there. So it's a very good assistant to go, what's my strategy to survive? Particularly when I was a child, it showed up, but it's still there. What's my strategy to survive? And along with that, where am I vulnerable? Where am I weak? And how do I respond to danger? And it all boils down to your reaction to fear. See, what drives you emerges out of your reaction to fear. That's the foundation. It's not necessarily fear-based, but it shows up early as a child. It shows up in your vulnerability, in your weaknesses, and it shows up in how you respond to danger, in how you react to fear. And that you might call that the liabilities or the learning experiences. However, that's just the beginning, because the assets you can get out of that, the response to danger, is also a real clue to how you respond to challenges. What is the most effective way where you've got drive and passion to respond to challenge for you? Your weakness, your vulnerability with weakness, is a real clue as to where you need to be vulnerable to your strength, where you're strong. And the strategy you need to survive, or that you adopted to survive, is a really powerful clue to the strategy where your heart and mind will work together. So the Enneagram is very good for dealing with reactions, responses, vulnerabilities, and strategies. And the real outcome is what strategy works for your heart and mind to work together for you to do what you're here, what you were born to do. Now, letting that in, I'm not going to go, I mean, I could do 3 hours now just going through each one of those. But where you need to look when you're dealing with your strategy for survival as a child is how you relate to your mother, your father, or both of them, your parents. Because there'll be clues there, really good clues. Now, I'm not going to go into that. If people want to, I'm happy to go into that. You know, when we do a consultation or when you work in master design, when that's relevant to what drives you, not as an intellectual exercise, but when it's relevant to what truly drives you. But out of that comes these strategies. And for the number one, that's that reformer. They want to reform, right the wrongs, correct the injustices, balance the inequities, find the greatest good for everyone, and move towards a more perfect world. That's me. That's my drive. Out of that, the strategy to survive was to be right, to get it right. Now, for the two, the people who want to be loved, that's where the need for love, I've got to be loved, came from. That's where, for the threes, the achievement to accomplish things came from. That's for the fours, to be unique, to do something that is value, that people see as really special, you know, so unique and creative. That's where that comes from. For fives, to understand how reality works, it comes from your strategy to survive. That's why it's there in your strategy to survive, but it's trying to say you really are driven to understand how reality works, how to create and why. Why am I going to create? To be safe and secure comes out of that. To have fun, adventure, to laugh, to take life lightly, to have many interests and desires, to be filled with joy and light. That's the seven. To be able to take charge of reality, to be positive and in control of yourself. That's 8. To be relied upon, have people count on you. That all starts in, you know, taking charge. Feeling as a child like you've just got to be in charge, you've got to take charge. Or to bring peace to the world, to bring harmony and balance, to work out the differences between people, and find out the beauty in ourselves, in each other and in the world. That's 9. And they're all powerful drives. But just to take it a little deeper, to be a reformer, you want a healthy masculine energy. To be loved, you want to have masculine energy that you can rely on. Whether you're a male or a female. It's like, that's what's behind it. That's what you see from childhood is, where's a masculine energy I can rely on? But that's what you're looking for. If you're a woman, the masculine energy in you that you can rely on. And men out there, masculine energy out there that you can rely on. And it goes really deep into the 3 want to achieve because they want to be connected to feminine energy. The 4 wants to have healthy relationships. The 5 wants to have a relationship they can truly rely on. That's different than a healthy relationship. And it's something you can rely on that's reliable. The 6 wants to stay connected to masculine energy. Safety and security. The 7 wants to have healthy feminine energy. I mean, I love this because it lightens everything up a lot, particularly in the current environment. The 8, the one who wants to reform, wants to have feminine energy they can rely on. You have no, I love that, because that's feminine energy is the source of power. And eights want feminine energy that's a source of power that they can rely on, whether it's from within themselves. I'm not talking about just women. I'm talking about feminine energy. They want to take charge of reality. They want to be the powerful one so that they have reliable power. And the 9 wants to stay connected in relationship. So these are primal things. You know, masculine energy, feminine energy, spirit, soul, earth, air, you know, to have healthy feminine energy, to have feminine energy that you can rely on. You know, let's take care of the earth so that we can, let's have a healthy earth so we can, it empowers us. I mean, this gets pretty deep and stuff like that. So I want to move on, because the strategy you developed as a child was wrong. It's not what you're really looking for. But it gives you a clue of what you don't want to lose, what you feel you can't lose, or what you feel you did lose. And that sets you up with a particular strategy. Like a 1, I have to keep it together. Like a 2, I'll keep him happy. Like a 3, I'll impress her and she won't leave. I mean her in the general sense. Like a 4, I lost my source of support and creativity, so I've got to find it myself, in me. 5, I'll figure it out so it won't happen. Now, 6, I have to make sure it's safe. 7, I've got to get away from the pain. 8, I'll show her she needs me. 9, I'll put my needs aside so the relationship keeps together. Now, I want to look at that because it's important to understand, but there's a purpose behind this. Because the other end of the spectrum is that shows you and gives you incredible clues as to the strategy of your heart and mind. It shows you what you want to find. This is why you're driven. Because you want to find something, or that you can find something, or that you're driven to find it. You do find something. And here's the flip. This is the strategy of a 1. I live my own life. If you're a 2, I accept myself. If you're a 3, she loves me as I am. If you're a 4, now I don't just mean mentally saying that. Getting in contact with a drive that goes, the world, the earth loves me as I am. My wife, my partner, loves me as I am. My mother, my feminine energy within me loves me the way I am. 4, I have a source of support and creativity within me. Yeah, I did lose my creativity because my life, I set it up that way so that the way to resolve that, the way to get in touch with my drive is to realise I have a source of support and creativity within me. And I'm here to draw on that and give that. The 3, I'm here to achieve great things. Because I'm fine the way I am. And the greatest achievement is to bring out who I really am and share it with the people around me. The two wants to be loved. I accept myself. People will love you. I've seen that in disabled people. They don't have, I have a friend of my partner's who's, mentally, you would say, disabled or unusual, a little different. There's nothing but acceptance of the self, and everybody loves her. I can't stop it. So 5, I get involved. I don't just figure things out, I get involved. Because that's the drive to figure things out so you can get involved. The 6, I can trust love. That is my source of safety and security. And I'm driven to trust love, which means I become very safe and very secure no matter what goes on that side. And very responsible. Capable of being responsible is probably a better way. It's not a mental thing, as I said. It's something that gets into the drive within you, the power that comes from within you. The Enneagram is rooted in something profoundly deep, the power within, the core of feminine energy. It's what feminine energy, the earth, the women of the earth, the feminine energy brings to the table. 6, I can trust love. 7, I know she is there for me. I'm here to enjoy the world and go on great adventures, and I'm driven to do that because life is there for me. And I want to find the beauty, the wonder, the magic. Yeah, there's tragedy and all that stuff there. But that does not wipe out or cover up the beauty and the magnificence of this world. It's something we have to deal with in this world. It's things that we can get drawn into. But it doesn't make the world an ugly place. 8, the ones who want to be self-reliant, I show that I care. They're self-reliant so they can care. And they're going to demonstrate it. The 9, I want in. I'm at peace with myself, so I want into this relationship, into this world. I want to get involved because I know peace. I'm driven by peace. So I want a part of the action. You want me because when I'm at peace, you want me as part of the action. So this is a little glimpse because it even evolves further. And this is the beauty of what the Enneagram truly offers, is 1, it evolves into, I live my life fully, I live to my full potential. That's the challenge I realised today, and it wasn't mental. It was realising how inhibited I've been. Now, many of you who've seen me before probably don't think that, but frankly, compared to what I'm truly capable of, and I mean giving, not capable of getting applauded for, but what I'm truly capable of giving, I've been inhibited. And I've just watched in the last 8 hours, or the last 6 hours, how much that's changed my life, dropping that. And it's been absolutely awesome. I live my life fully. I live to my full potential. if that's your Enneagram drive, that's what you're here to evolve into, to evolve to. Not just a sense of I live my own life, but I live my full potential. If you're a 2 Enneagram drive, I accept myself fully. Not just I accept myself, I accept myself fully. The love within me that drives me. I love myself, and that's what I get to give. The fullness of my love. If you're a 1, the fullness of your potential. A 3, the greatest achievement, I love who I am. I love who I am. And then I bring that, what an achievement, to the table, to the world. From a 4 Enneagram drive, I have a powerful source of support and creativity within me, and my message is the power lies within me, and I'm here to give of that power within me through my creativity, through my support. That's what I'm here to give. 5, I get involved, evolves into I get involved. You get really involved. I mean, someone like, I don't know whether Jordan Peterson's an Enneagram drive 5, but boy, he got involved, and has he got a great, a very, in his own description, a highly critical thinker, very critical thinker. I get involved and get really involved because people need you to learn from you how to be self-reliant, and with that self-reliance to love people fully, and so on and so on. If it's a 6 Enneagram, it goes from I can trust love to I trust love. It's not that I could, not that I can, it's that that's how I respond. That's my work. I trust love. That's the source of my security and my safety. And it doesn't come from my mind. It comes from the core, the power within me, from that source of real energy, real power within me. 7 Enneagram, like, I know, not, I know she is there for me. I know that power source, that feminine energy in its truest form, is there for me, for you. I know she's there for me. The beauty of this world is there for you. The wonder, the relationships, the connection with all aspects of what is called feminine energy, which is far greater than feminine gender, far more profound, is there for you to discover the wonder of that. If you're an 8 drive, I show that I care was the big discovery, and that evolves into I care. You don't think about it. You just are the embodiment of it. It comes from within you, caring, self-reliance, and you show other people how to love in a self-reliant way. So that people bring real love to business, to relationships, to intimacy. Caring, the depth of caring, the essence of caring. And 9, the drive piece, it's not just I want in, but I'm essential. without me, without peace, this world is going to be a far less beautiful, fulfilling place that I'd be driven to be a part of. I am essential. If you've got that Enneagram drive, you're essential. Now, that's what you bring. And when you deal with those vulnerabilities, I'll go back. I'll go back and show you that picture. I've got it here. No? Okay. Where are we? Nope. When you see that picture of those 9 points around the Enneagram, what you'll find is that there's a flow. There's a flow around there. There's a way, whichever number you are, you can go backwards and things fall apart. And then there's a way you can go around the chart where you go, you evolve. That's something I want you to keep in mind, that there's a process there for really going through this evolution that I've been talking about. So I feel that's enough for today. And look, if you're interested in going further into this and applying it in the real world, then get in contact with me. That's one of the things I work with in my 9-month program, Master Design, if it's relevant to what's going on in your life and if you want me to work with you on that way. Master Design is not like a series of things that I've put together that you do and then you become, that would be the last thing that would work for me. As a reformer, I'm going to reform you, right? That's not the approach that would work. It's just not the approach that would work. I'm not here to reform you. What I'm here to do is show you how to live your life fully to your potential, based on the fact that I've done that myself and embraced that myself. And show you how to find the adventure in life that will teach you, through your experience, how to rely on yourself and love and do something creative that you know is right for you. How to achieve safety and security and peace in the process of doing that. And to do it by operating as who you really are. By knowing how you operate, how you make great decisions, how to take care of your body, how to take care of your personality, how the two of them work together, and getting in touch with how you're organized, and getting in touch with, as some of my friends say, the astrological weather environment. They call me the etheric weatherman sometimes, And I'm not there to teach you all about astrology. I'm there to draw upon, it's going to rain tomorrow, or this is a great day to transform things, to bring things to life. It's a good time to relax and tune in, to, get just like the weather, but on a bigger scale. And to harness that so it works for you, not against you. Like trying to grow vegetables in the middle of winter. It's that obvious and simple. If I can help you with that, please. I'm here to reform. I'm here to show you how to live to your full potential. That's what drives me. And the drive, the passion, the fulfillment it does, plus 50, well, I'm 70, but there's good 70 years, probably 50 years of real life experience in there. So I'm there, I'm willing, I'm able. I trust myself in doing this too. I've done clients for that for decades. But now I've dropped the inhibition. And I'm looking for people who know what they really want and want to make it happen. Because I can put the energy into you to bring that to life in the way that works most efficiently and effectively for you, so that you live to your full potential and enjoy the process. So much of the struggle and the pain is not of the past, has been people being out of tune with themselves and their rhythm and who they are. And I've spent my whole life till now really getting in touch with that. And now's the time for me to step in and really, if you're ready to, if you know what you want, and you know what, and you want to make that happen, you want that to manifest, then I'm right there for you. So get in contact with me, and I look forward to working with you. And if not, I hope you enjoyed getting a sense of the Enneagram and what a profound tool it is, not to become a devotee of, but to help you to truly bring the very best of who you are to the table. Talk to you again soon.